Well, we're going to move on quickly to the next one. A few days ago, sad news we all heard when singer Wendy Shay news broke that she had been involved in an accident on her way from or to a show. It left, I think, shockwaves in the interview because it sort of gave us flashbacks of what we had heard a few years ago with Ebony and how that panned out, and her being a part of that record label sort of created this whole anxiety. And we're all very thankful to know that she had sustained injuries, but she was well enough, has been rushed to the hospital, and she was responding to treatment. Development has shown that she actually would require more treatment, and they're looking to take her to Germany to get further treatment. But it's also raised a bit of conversation in which even her manager, Bullet, has sort of come into the fray and being accused, or in some ways, of being the orchestrator of terrible things to his artists. And I'm like, Ghanaians always must draw some correlation in some way or the other. Tilly, when you heard about the accident and the subsequent sort of conversations that have happened after that, what were your thoughts?
Well, I was excited that nothing, it didn't get fatal. I was excited about, because no, it wouldn't have been good for Bullet at all. And I mean, I've heard Bullet speak, and Bullet actually doesn't blame people who are saying that, oh, it looks like he's doing something, because for him sometimes he's like, Adam, is it something I'm doing? You get it? And he understands that, I mean, society speak and people talk and all. So for him, he doesn't really begrudge anybody that says that. Nonetheless, you just have to use common sense. Who would pick money in this era
and train and
build and then kill the person? Why is he a vampire that he has to drink the blood?
I mean,
like, is he a vampire that he needs a blood, so he has to groom you up and then use your blood as a prophet? You get it? Yeah. But I think it's a call on Bullet and Rough Town Records. If there's something they are not doing right, they have to sit up. Now, not spiritually. I mean, that he says he'll handle. But what about the safety of the artist? Was she the one driving in the night? How about you get another car that follows her if she's going for a show, so that just in case anything happens, there's somebody on site to help her? You get it? Yeah. What are you doing to ensure that even if, you know, these things, they happen, accidents happen, you don't plan it, it's not something you see coming, but if it happens, what are you doing to ensure? Was she the one driving? Was she driving tired? It looks like when it comes to this accidents and things, there's always something that is missing. The conversation is never full. That is my problem. What happened to the tipper driver? They are saying the accident was fatal according to Rough Town Records. Who died? Who died? That's the thing. It might not be Wendy Shay, but accident, other people might have been involved in the accident. Maybe someone died, but they are not saying. So that is, they are all part of the things, but I think that we should actually find out where is the tipper driver, who actually was the cause for the accident. Was it the one driving Wendy Shay? Was Wendy Shay the one driving? Was she tired? Was she sleepy? What was it? So that we can now get something solid to say that, you know what, maybe moving forward, Wendy Shay shouldn't be the one driving after a performance. Maybe there should be a driver. You get it? So that we know, maybe when she goes for shows outside of Accra, instead of her driving in the night, she might as well sleep. They have to, you get it, so that...
And I think that will even beyond even Wendy, for every artist.
Yes, for every artist.
Because it's something I haven't even thought about.
But I'm even saying this specifically to Wendy because of Rough Town Records. And you have a track record, or you have a case where you lost somebody in a similar... So what are you doing to ensure that it doesn't happen again? That is what I'm thinking. But because there isn't enough information around the circumstance, you really can't suggest anything to them. You get it? So right now we are all saying, oh, so sorry. Okay, but what really happened? Was she the one driving? Where was she from? You get it? So that now we can decide that, you know, Bullets, then Okobo shows outside Accra around it. Let her sleep. There are so many hotels. Let her sleep. In the morning, if she's well enough and she can drive, then she drives. If somebody has to drive her, if she has to move in a convoy, one car behind her, so that we can tally all these times. Have you realized that whenever there's an accident and we lose a star, you don't really hear much about the other drivers? They just disappear. What's that mystery around these drivers? Have you heard anything about this tipper driver? But you see how bad the accident, the tipper car, it was that bad. So where is the driver? Was he the fatality in the issue?
Well, I'll share your thoughts.
I mean, I've read to everything she's saying, and those are questions, deep questions to ask about all the things happening around her. I'm just glad that she's okay. You know, I'm just really glad that she's okay. And I would like to, you know, maybe use the opportunity to tell Ghanaians, let's elevate the conversation.
Honestly.
Let's not have all of these little, is Bulla doing the spiritual?
Charlie.
Charlie, the world is moving. Oh, look, we are now trying to find, they are saying UFOs here. Like, this is what we are moving to. We are sitting here arguing about these. Let's elevate the
African
conversation.
black magic.
You know, exactly. Charlie, even our black magic fee help us decide the UFOs, you know. We are now using that for that, we're using our bullets. But everything she's raised, I don't know, was she coming from a show for herself?
No, so apparently, according to Bullet, she had gone to shoot content for her new single, I think Cheat or so.
By herself?
By herself. So she actually went to 2 places. The last place she went to was on her way back from there was when it happened. And I think she had gone to see Kiki, is it Kiki Mali? Or Kiki
Mali, yeah,
Kiki
the
Mali,
other artist on
yes,
Kiki Mali, yeah.
They are good friends. And she lives around the corner. So it was after she visited Kiki on her way back was when, you know, the thing happened. I think she was by a traffic light or something. I wasn't too clear on that, but that was when
the truck hit her
from the back. She actually hits the dashboard. So that's where initially when I think at the time when they had called, the news had broke out, she was complaining of serious migraine or headache, you know. So we're just praying and hoping that there's no internal bleeding whatsoever. And we don't know the details of the condition that has required them to fly her to Germany. You know, so
just good energy, guys. Let's have good energy around this conversation.
AJ, can I add something to this? I think usually when these things happen, you want the artists to come and show their face, oh, I'm fine and all.
Before
I am hoping that Rough Town and Bullet will take care of her psychological well-being. Because there's this whole, aside the fact that she's been through something traumatic, there's this whole thing, Ebony, that fear, now it will be around her. Maybe she might not have believed in it, but now she'll be like, okay, this thing, is it actually trying to actualize? They should make sure that psychologically she's well, because if she's not, it is going to manifest in so many ways. It will creep into her creativity, the way she even moves around. It will show up in so many ways. They have to be sure that once they fix her head, if she had some injuries there, inside the head too, she's fit before they release her to the world. She has 2 projects. We are streaming the project. Shouldn't be in a hurry to come. She should be well, because if not, it will really take a toll on her.
You know, now that she mentioned this, I think it's very salient, because I remember how Wendy, you know, had to deal with this ebony shadow for a very long time.
That's true.
You know,
and she came out of it eventually.
We see Wendy Shay, and now having if not a similar incident, something that is close to being fatal. Like she said, I think it's a very important, you know, not just because she needs to be flown to Germany to have medical attention, but a psychologist needs to be on standby. And this conversation about psychologists and the team of our artists is very, very important.
Very important.
Crucial.
Yeah, very, very important. Because you speak to the artists, they're like, Charlie, I get my way of doing things. No, you get me? Like, you might end up doing some things that will take you far away from what we know you to be. And we've seen many stories like that. So like she's saying, her return or her comeback is very, very important. I think the team should also consider that as well.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be looking at a very interesting new development. I'm a governor may be allowed to be called to the bar in November. A lot more on this coming up right after this.